Yeah, I always feel like a new man when I leave here.
What do you think? High fade?
Yep.
High fade all day.
Nice and easy.
You ever had a high fade by somebody else?
No, you did it the first time. You were like, oh no, everyone's gonna notice you need to do this.
So
usually it was like the 1, 2.
right. So interesting thing about fades, okay? It kind of is crazy. So the average length of time for like people to complete a fade in this city, it's like 45 minutes to an hour.
I would never let anyone else do it. There's no chance. If they said they wanted to do it, I would probably say there's not a freaking chance. That's like that one day when the guy called and he said, you only have appointments for 20 minutes tonight, and you're like, I can do it in 20 minutes. I'm the fastest one ever, and I wanted to pipe up, but you're on the phone. I want to go, he can do it in 20 minutes. And okay, go.
So it's actually pretty simple. So what makes a high fade is really kind of very interesting. So a lot of people have a lot of questions on, what is a medium fade, what is a low fade, what is a high fade. Well, a high fade is a fade in which you no longer have hooks. So the hooks are this part right here, the curves.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so, you would either take that to the lowest length in which you're gonna create the fade. So for instance, if it's like a 1 high fade, then that would be a 1, right? If it's a skin high fade, then that is skin. And you just cut off the hooks, right? Oh. Yeah, and then you can curve the fade in accordance to like if you're going to do like a drop fade or like a slightly curved fade or whatnot. But generally, where it starts in the front is why you would like consider it, a high, medium, or low.
Wait, what's the difference between a medium and a low then?
So a medium is 1 inch lower. So it's 1 inch lower into the hook.
Okay.
Right? So once you take off that hair, you just shave it. Take a shaver, you shave it off. And just adjust little flyaways as you see them.
I still wouldn't give them 45 minutes. There's no way I could, because the thing is, yours stays pretty well set. Like my hair looks fine when it's growing out the whole time, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't trust people, especially when you get up around the, where the hair is, where it switches from the skin to the freaking hair thing. Yeah. You gotta know what you're doing so when it's freaking growing out. Yeah. I just went with it when you said, you need to try this. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Because even before that, when you were just doing the regular freaking haircut, you know what I mean? It just, the way it grew out, I could tell, because sometimes when somebody does your haircut and it grows out, it's like by the end, it's like, you look like a shag carpet.
Right.
And so, I don't know, You gotta be detail oriented, and you obviously have that in your skill level, so.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just, I think what happens is a lot of these guys, they get to the point where they're getting gassed up by their clients and like other barbers who aren't really that great.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm good already. So they just give up. They stop learning, and they don't really understand what's out there as far as like competitors and stuff. Especially if there's no like great competitors in their local market. So like we live in Reno and it's a smaller market. So here is a lot less competitors than like say a place like LA, or like Florida or something like that. Miami, right? Yeah, so I think people just stop growing, and that's just not wise, right?
Well,
because
they might not be really that interested in it. It's now a job, you know what I mean? Here's
the major incentive, right? if you grow, you know, and you get really good at this and get really efficient at this, right? Your customers are going to like you more, you know, and they're going to schedule with you more because you're more convenient.
Yeah, your confidence level of getting a freaking haircut,
right,
is.
Well, you know, if you, like, for instance, had like a busy day ahead of you, and you were like, oh man, I can't go get a haircut right now, it'd be too much of a hassle, right? You see how that's like a barrier?
Yeah.
But, you know, if your barber got to the point where, you know, he was so efficient at what he does, you know, that it was like ultra convenient, it wouldn't even be a thought, you know? It was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go get this done before I've got to go do all this like important stuff.
Sure.
You know, and you're like, you don't have to worry about it.
Well, plus with my partner, when he tells people, he goes to Reno to get his haircut. And then there's all these weird conversations because people are like, I know a barber, and I'm like, oh no, I looked for 2 years.
Right.
I'm perfectly happy right where I'm at, you know what I mean?
I hear you.
And the first person who says, where'd you get your haircut? You know, I'm gonna be all over. I'm like, it's Sean Connor, Styles by Sean Connor. You gotta go.
Right.
But the thing is, again, I looked all over Carson and freaking Minden, you know.
Yeah.
You do kind of go with convenience, but like
there's,
the one
there's
guy.
nothing like truly, you know, comparable in Minden.
Nah.
How you doing, brother? Let me take a seat in my lobby. I'll be right with you, okay? But
yeah, not even.
Carson has a couple of barbers, but none of them are really truly convenient. You know what I mean? Not convenient.
I don't know. Some of those people, you never know what they're fucking.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know what? I'm willing to pay for it. You know what I mean? The confidence level is like freaking whatever. It's like, I don't want it. I can't do a $20 haircut anymore. I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I don't even work in an office anymore. I work at home, but I don't freaking care, you know? And it's low maintenance. All I gotta do is freaking get up. Even if I just throw water on top, I can run to the gym and not have to think, do I look like I just crawled out of there? And plus, I like to touch it. You know what I mean? I'm at home.
Yeah, when it gets like the prickly feeling.
Well, the thing is, I'm constantly rubbing it for like the first 3 days because it's like, I feel so clean and
right.
well groomed. I don't know. Maybe that's an Air Force thing. You know, I was scarred. Like, I still get up at 4:15 and go to the gym in the morning. Thank you, United States Air Force. I keep wondering, when I retire, is that still going to happen? I hope not. The thing is, though, I'm a wide awake anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, mine is over.
I let that go a long time ago.
Good for you, dude.
All those like habits from my time in the Marines and stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's just kind of like, you gotta think about it, like, why are you so robotic with like the way that you behave, you know, after a time in service or whatever? It's because they form a trauma bond with you.
Yeah, they strip you down to the ground and
right.
then they rebuild you. But
That's
the weird part is,
crazy.
for my
and
thing,
you're just like reliving your trauma.
It's true. But the thing is, when I go to the office, if I, like, on the days, every once in a while I do sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was it? There was a recent day where I was like, I spent the whole day in bed and loved every second.
Yeah.
But, the thing is, if I don't freaking pull my shit together and get into the office and I'm wide awake, I don't wake up till noon, you know what I mean? I'm not firing on all cylinders. And so, I don't know. And then people are just annoying the hell out of me. So at least if I'm awake, I can deal with those annoying...
So that's just a little leave-in conditioner I threw in there to help with your elasticity.
My elasticity?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the white hairs that like have a mind of their own? So, they like grow in like a tree limb. It's crazy.
That's a truth, actually. So like, when the hairs become white, it's because something's missing, and that thing that's missing and everything also.
Or what is it again?
Right. Yeah. It makes the hair age not as well, so it dries out faster because it doesn't have the same UV protection as it used to.
It's crazy. Sometimes there'll be one little weird freaking hair, and it's all crinkly. I'm like, what the fuck happened to that hair? It grows for like a little centimeter, and then in another direction, it's like, what are you going for the sun, or what is?
Well, woohoo. That was a fade in like 8 minutes. So I broke out another little Easter egg there. So when I first started, doing fades and stuff, I used to do them with a trimmer, right? And that was kind of like something I would do to kind of show off,
Yeah.
Because it's the most difficult tool to fade with, unless you're like ultra precise,
How long did it take?
Oh, to like learn how to do it, or to actually perform?
When you were doing it, was it the 45 minutes or longer?
Yeah. So like at that time, when I first started doing trimmer fades, I was at like 45 minutes. Yeah.
Were you at a salon where you were trying to race it?
No.
Like,
no, it was just like.
Let's each have one in the chair.
It was a flex.
Let's see how fast.
It was a flex. It was like just me trying to.
Do they have that?
Compete against myself with like my barber skill,
Do they have that?
Yeah, they got like barber competitions and stuff.
Oh my god, that would be funny.
Yeah, they have like a barber Olympics essentially, or barber Grammys or whatever. Yeah, where they give you the awards.
What happens when you have people come in here and ask for all kinds of crazy stuff and
It doesn't matter.
put a lightning bolt in the back of my head.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like the one haircut that takes the most amount of time is a blowout, basically. It's like that's a children's haircut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the kids are getting them now.
Oh
That's where they got the fluffy hair in the front, and then it's kind
Wait,
of fluffy
isn't
in
it
the
a
back.
broccoli or something?
Yeah, and then they get like a taper.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
The reason it takes the most amount of time is because it's got the most amount of angles. You know what I mean? Where you gotta like elevate it out this way.
I was in a convenience store and this one guy had like, his hair must have been gelled straight up.
Right.
It was like a cone head all the way up here. And I was like, how the frick do you get in your car, man? What are you doing when you get in your car? Sticking straight up into the roof. Yeah, I'm not that pretty, so I don't need anything fancy. Thank you so much for always giving me such a great haircut. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, dude. You are welcome. I'm gonna photograph you, and we'll do like a little thing. So I gotta make some content for my Instagram.
Okay.
I'm also trying to get some photos for my Square Go.
What's Square Go?